Hey, hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron. This is the Gamertron show, and we have hit 1,500 subscribers. 1,500. It's an honor. It really is. 1,500 people. That's more than enough people to fit into a high school or a college or... I know it's not a million like PewDiePie has, or hundreds of thousands like other YouTubers do, but I realize the significance in numbers, and 1,500, that's a lot of people. A lot of people who enjoy my work, enjoyed a video I made, and subscribed to support me and view more of my content, which I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much. You guys really help me out. You guys really do. You guys motivate me to keep making videos and keep making different videos, to keep sharing my opinion, even if it's popular or not popular. Just sharing my opinion, getting it out to you guys, because you guys want to hear my opinion, and that's awesome. I love it that you guys want to hear my opinion, because it's different and unique, just like all of you guys. I really, really appreciate everything you guys have done, subscribing to me, leaving comments, and those of you who signed my petition to get me on the Co-optional podcast. I'm going to be doing that very shortly. Going to be asking if I can be on their podcast for one episode. I'm going to be asking that very shortly. I think I have just enough subscribers, and I have a few signatures on the petition, so I'm going to ask. But as an extra thank you to you guys for subscribing, for having me reach this milestone and helping me make money thanks to my partnership, I'm giving you guys a little something special for this video. My top 5, in my personal opinion, my top 5 favorite Gamertron videos. Videos from my YouTube channel, the 5 videos from my YouTube channel that I like, that I think I did the best job on, the ones I keep rewatching the most. Because who doesn't rewatch their own YouTube videos that they've made? But yeah, these are my top 5 YouTube videos. These are the videos that I think were my best. Number 5. Video games are better than movies and books. I really like this video because, well, it's a lengthy one, and it just talks about video games. It embraces video games, and I find there's not enough videos that do that, and that's one of the reasons I made that video. There aren't enough videos that embrace video games and talk about video games and all their nuances and their creativity and their interactivity and how entertaining they are. And I like how this video, even a couple years later, should I say a couple? Yeah, I'd say a couple. A couple years later, still tackles video games and everything video games are about, and why I personally just love video games and are so passionate about them. So I highly recommend you check out my video, Why Video Games Are Better Than Movies and Books. Number 4, Warframe the Musical. My oh my, that video. Warframe the Musical. What have I created? A monster. I've created a poop, what is it? YouTube poop, if that's YouTube poop comedy monster with Warframe the Musical. I'm so glad that thousands of people watch it and enjoy Warframe the Musical, and a lot of you are subscribed to me because of Warframe the Musical, and I'm really happy about that. I'm really glad about that. It was something I just thought off the top of my head. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if I just acted silly and just went crazy in Warframe and made a bunch of silly jokes about the Warframe and everything. Warframe is a great game. I still love playing it. Can't wait for update 14. I am getting really impatient for it to leave beta. It would be nice if it had a full release right about now. But still, Warframe is a great game. Warframe the Musical is a hilarious video, and it started something great. I'm so glad so many of you enjoy Warframe the Musical. Number 3, Top 10 Video Game Villains. My personal top 10 video game villains. This was my first top 10. I made a really, really crappy top 10 video games villains the first time. When I was first starting out on YouTube, I always wanted to do a top 10 video game villains because so many people's top 10s when it comes to video games are lame in my opinion. There are a lot of lame top 10s that I just don't agree with or don't like the choices. I mean, it's nothing but Nintendo villains. Yeah, just Nintendo villain after Nintendo villain. Ganondorf, Bowser, I don't know, I don't pay attention. Sephiroth from Final Fantasy, Kefka. I'm so tired of the typical Nintendo villains, and I wanted to get my opinion out there. Yeah, sure you guys like these villains, but what about these villains that I love? What about Harbinger, Victor Valentine, Corvus, Andrew Ryan, Handsome Jack, and the Overlord? Why does nobody mention the Overlord? These are great video game villains that I thought deserved a spotlight, and I'm really glad my top 10 video game villains was able to bring these villains into the spotlight and hopefully have these people enjoy these video games that they star in even more. So, check out that video, my third favorite video on my channel, top 10 video game villains. I highly recommend that. Number 2, top 10 video game boss battles. Now, this is one of my very popular videos, very popular top 10 video game boss battles. Even more popular than top 10 video game villains, which is kind of disappointing. I hope that top 10 gets some more views as well. But top 10 video game boss battles. Again, I had the same problem with other people's top 10 video game boss battles. People would release their 10 favorite bosses. And what would the list be full of? Nintendo bosses, which is something I am so tired of. I'm so tired of seeing Bowser, and Ganondorf, and Sephiroth, and bosses from No More Heroes, and bosses from Metal Gear Solid. I'm just so tired of the same bosses from the same games that I needed to do this. I needed to do my top 10 video game boss battles list because the same bosses over and over again were getting the spotlight on YouTube, and I needed people to realize that there are other great games out there with tons of other great boss battles. I mean, Alex Mercer, Artorias of the Abyss, the Forgotten One, the Tsar Runner, the Mastermind, Nemesis, and the Queen Geist. Great bosses that are so fun to fight. You want to fight these bosses over and over again. They're so enjoyable, so unique. Well-crafted boss battles, and I needed to put them in the spotlight and let other people know that, hey, there are other great games out there with great bosses, and also top 10 boss battles. It's a long, lengthy list, but a lot of people like length. They like detail. They like seeing more about these games and having me share my opinion on these games and these bosses. It's also a very well-made, well-edited list, and I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of it, like top 10 video game villains. So check out my top 10 video game boss battles. Another great list from me, and my second favorite video from my channel. Okay, my number 1, my favorite YouTube video that I have made. First off, just for the hell of it, a runoff of the other 4. So, number 5. Why video games are better than movies and books. Number 4, Warframe the Musical. Number 3, top 10 video game villains. Number 2, top 10 video game boss battles. And my favorite YouTube video. What I think is the best YouTube video I have made. Well, my best video, in my opinion, is one with surprisingly very few views. Only over 400 people have seen it, and I think it's me at my best. It was my best editing, my best voice work. And that is my top 10 favorite video games of 2013. My top 10 games of 2013. That, in my opinion, was my best video. My editing, I don't know what it was about that video, but I don't know what I did, but I did it. My editing was spot on. It was perfect. The music was implemented perfectly. My voice, the things I said, talked about the game in the right manner. The game clips I showed just matched everything that what I was saying and what I was showing so well. I don't know what it was about my top 10 games of 2013. I don't know what it was about that video. Why that video, I made it so well. Why my editing was such spot on. And my script was so spot on for that video. I don't know what it was, but my top 10 games of 2013 is, in my opinion, my best video, and I highly recommend that you check out that video, my top 10 video games of 2013. That is my favorite video, my best video, and I highly recommend that you go watch that. So, thank you so much, all of you, for 1,500 subscribers. I give you 1,500 thank yous, just 1,500 thank yous for all of you. Thank you so much. Up next, 2,000 subs. Oh boy. Quite a ways away, but hell, I think we'll make it. So, thank you all of you for subscribing to the Gamertron Show. I hope you guys will check out my top 5 favorite videos, especially my top 10 games of 2013. I hope that gets a boost in views. So, until next time, I'll see you guys later on my next video. Thank you so much for everything. And I'll see you guys in my next video. This has been the Gamertron, signing out.